Hello, and welcome to another episode of Simply Cinema. We are your hosts, Maximilian Simonelli.
And Dustin Braga.
So, Dustin, we have a review of a new film that's just come out, hence new film.
Oh, wow.
A little film called Mercy.
Yes.
With Chris Pratt, ladies and gentlemen. Where is it? Seen here.
Yeah.
So,
it's a kind of a novel concept for the film, I will say.
Yeah.
That it's about a cop.
Mm-hmm.
Takes place in the future, first of all.
Yes.
Yes.
But like the not too distant future.
Not too distant future. So yeah, it's about a cop who has to basically find evidence through this AI judge.
Yes. Called Mercy.
Yeah, called Mercy, to basically exonerate himself from the murder of his wife.
Yes. And the whole thing is we don't know if he's actually guilty. We don't know if he's innocent. And it's interesting.
Yes.
So right off the bat, I'll say I didn't love Chris Pratt in a serious role, but I also appreciate him trying to kind of break free of his typecast of being like the pseudo goofy guy.
Yeah, I know he's been trying to do some more serious acting roles because I know he's in that Amazon Prime show, The Terminal List.
Yes,
which is just straight action, I believe.
Even his run as Star-Lord in Guardians of the Galaxy, like it was action, but it was still like comedy adjacent.
Yeah,
which is well suited for him.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure he started filming those things when he was still on Parks and Rec. So yeah, his comedy got him the role basically.
Yeah. But let's watch the trailer here. So we don't have audio for this, but here we have the trailer of Mercy. So we have Chris Pratt, we have Rebecca Ferguson, Annabelle Wallis.
Yes.
Let's see, who else do we have here of noteworthy? We have, I think I'm saying her name right, Kali Reyes?
Yes, Kali Reyes.
She was good.
Yes.
I liked her in this movie. So here you see Chris Pratt is basically already in the chair of judgment, and he has all this footage and video and basically anything AI at his disposal. He's basically acting as his own defense. And the plot is within 90 minutes, which I was trying to time it to see if that was the length of the movie. In 90 minutes, he must prove his innocence, essentially.
Yes.
And Rebecca Ferguson here plays the, I guess, AI-generated judge.
Yeah.
And so he plays the cop that arrested the first man who was tried and convicted within the Mercy system. So, it's interesting. I didn't think it was too preachy with the AI concept. It was a little bit, but not too much that it ruined it for me. What do you think?
Okay. As far as the AI goes, it's a movie that feels like it should have been anti-AI.
Yes.
Didn't hurt her.
Except when we get to the end of the film, it's not really that at all.
Yeah, and it tries to highlight that AI, like humans, can make mistakes.
Yes.
Which I feel like was just another a veiled way of trying to say we don't need to fear AI.
Yeah.
But we just have to perfect it. That's all.
But that's kind of the thing that I'm a little wishy-washy, I guess, about this whole entire thing.
Explain your wishy-washiness.
Thank you so much for giving me this floor. So I just feel that we go into this movie feeling that it's going to be kind of anti-AI.
Yes.
And that's what I got throughout the majority of this film. And by the end, it's just, oops, AI makes mistakes too.
Yeah.
Silly them.
Without giving too much away, I like that there was an element of it can make mistakes if humans are not necessarily truthful or forthcoming,
so
to speak. So I did kind of like that element of it. We just don't see eye to eye, but this is okay. This is what's good, is that we can have differing opinions. That's all.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I didn't think it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I did like how, again, I don't want to give too much away. It turned into a bit of a detective story because eventually he has to kind of put aside his grief that his wife is dead, and he has to, I got to prove my innocence. I have to now act as a detective, which was a cool idea because he's in the chair, basically, they say we're innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
I feel personally that's not true. I think once someone's in the defendant position, we go, no, they're probably guilty, and we want someone to pay for the crime.
Yeah.
So he has to act as detective while also being at odds with his fellow law enforcement partners, looking at him like, all right, this is AI doesn't make mistakes. You're probably guilty. Yeah. But he's like, listen, I got 90 minutes here. I need you to just work with me professionally. So that I thought was kind of cool.
I mean, to go off of that is what you were saying about oh shoot.
You got it.
Yeah. About wow, completely blank.
That's okay.
That's amazing. My brain just had this great thought
Hmm.
and now it said goodbye.
That's okay, Dustin. We got plenty of time.
It's okay.
But anyway, so yeah, so I again thought the film is flawed, but I liked how it wasn't just about the AI system itself. It took you on a bit of a detective ride, and
Yeah.
you sort of get to play detective because he has to figure out who the actual killer is if he's not guilty himself, which I thought was cool because you get to play detective and kind of go along with him and you go, okay, is it obviously this guy? This guy's a red herring. He can't be the guilty one. What about this person? And I thought that part I enjoyed. Like it was like a murder mystery, like a whodunit. That I liked.
Yeah. Like I said, it is a pretty novel concept. However, I do feel it's a bit derivative of things like Minority Report.
Yes, everyone was telling me this movie looks like Minority Report. And I go, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically how one of my friends described it as it's Minority Report from Timu.
Ah, okay. I got you.
Which I can't say no to
Mm-hmm.
because that's honestly it's Minority Report light.
Yeah.
It definitely has that element in there. But I think it is novel in its concept of, again, going back to what I said at the top of the show, is it's it's really just kind of that really cool concept of trying to prove your own innocence
Yeah.
through technology.
Yes.
So it really is just wow, my brain
It's
today.
okay, Dustin.
Oh my god.
I'm going to give you some time to think. So I will say I liked how it was. I mean, not so veiled, I guess, but it did have an element of man versus machine.
Yes.
Because we live in this era now where I mean we rely so heavily on like Google by itself, you know.
Yeah.
So the idea that well, technology like knows everything and more, so it can't make mistakes. So you've got no chance, but he has to rely on his detective skills, his own ability. Another thing too, without giving again too much away, he was a flawed character. You know, I won't say if he's guilty or innocent, but they did show how his marriage was kind of on the rocks a little bit. It showed he wasn't necessarily the best of husbands.
That's true.
So that's also now he's dealing with like, oh, because he has a daughter in the film. So his daughter, like him, is dealing with the grief of his wife who's now deceased.
Yes.
And there were obviously problems. And, you know, those problems will never be resolved with the wife, you know.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously. So again, I admire what they tried to do. Again, I didn't think it was a great movie by any stretch.
No.
But I liked it enough to see it, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, I have several issues with this film.
Okay.
Um,
Lay into it. This is our platform.
yes. Why don't before I completely
Yes.
go off on this movie?
Okay.
Let's take a quick break.
Sure.
We come back. I'll tear it to shreds.
All right. I like that. Stay tuned for Dustin tearing this movie to shreds. And welcome back.
Hey.
So, Dustin, before we took a break, we were looking at a film called Mercy.
Yes.
And you were ready to tear it to shreds.
I was.
I did want to say one thing real quick. I don't know if you agree with me on this, is that, again, it really wasn't a veiled message of what it was trying to be. Like you were saying how it felt like Minority Report light.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that goes back to, I'm going to get really introspective here. I think it was Einstein who said creativity is the ability to hide your sources. Which I feel, because a lot of films are, you know, inspired by other films or even other works of literature that came before that. The idea is to make it not so obvious. And as I've probably ranted about this on our channel before, I feel there's a bit of a de-evolution in the sense that, like, you know, you had directors like Hitchcock, who probably read more than they watched, and then you have directors like Spielberg, who were probably inspired by some directors like Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Now we have directors that grew up watching Spielberg,
Yeah.
which Spielberg's a great director. I've
Of
said that
course.
before, and I'll always say that. But again, you do have this, like, if you're paying homage or trying to tribute what you grew up watching, it's like 90s directors watched 70s, and not just 70s, but
Oh, yeah,
it's like there's a leapfrog effect.
Yeah.
Now we have directors that grew up watching SpongeBob, which love SpongeBob. No hatred to that. But
Don't come at us.
it's interesting how you have directors that went from reading like Oscar Wilde and Shakespeare and some of the great authors to, now we have people that grew up watching stuff on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
And that's what inspires them.
Yeah, it's a generational thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I feel, again, with this film, Mercy, let me go back to it here. It was, it was clever, but it wasn't that clever.
Yes.
So
it was trying to be more clever than I thought it was.
Yeah. Okay. So now you're ready to tear it apart.
I
hope
am
I'm
so
giving you
ready.
fuel.
I'm so ready.
Fire away.
All right. So first of all,
Mhm.
this film, the writing.
Yes.
Oh my god. The script seemed pretty standard, I would say.
Okay.
It's a very paint by numbers.
Yes.
So we go from A to B to C
Mhm.
without really much context. I honestly figured out who exactly killed Chris Pratt's wife in the first 20 minutes.
Okay. See, I'm not gonna lie. I will say I figured it out before it was actually solved. But it did take me a couple of minutes, like a little bit. I was like, okay, because I don't want to take too much time away from you, but I will say one thing I liked is how it wasted no time. It got right into he's already in the chair, the crime has already been committed, and you learn information about like the past as the movie goes along, but it hits the ground running with he's already in the chair. It's already like we're already there. So I did like that part of it. It wasted no time.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yes.
That just starts right off, which is fantastic.
Yep.
However, the content that we get within those 9 minutes is a bit cringe-inducing, I would say.
Okay.
The acting, I didn't really care for.
From anybody.
Interesting.
Okay.
Especially Rebecca Ferguson.
You don't think she was a convincing AI?
She looked confused most of the time.
Yeah, I wonder if that was intentional. Like, 'cause she wasn't as like robotic or as like straightforward.
Yeah.
Which I wonder if that was the point. Like, yeah, it's AI, but it can also, if it can think like a human,
it can feel.
It can feel and can also be like prone to mistake, or like they was trying to say, trust your gut. It's like, but I'm a program. It's like, yeah, but you can think. Like you have the ability. I don't know. Maybe it was intentional, maybe not.
If it was intentional, I don't think it was coming off quite well.
Okay.
That's just obviously me.
No, that's fair.
Chris Pratt, obviously he's definitely trying here, but I think it's just a matter of maybe the director was just giving him maybe not that much.
He bit off more than he could chew, maybe?
No, maybe he just is not giving his actors enough work off.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's not too much of something, it's too little of something.
I see. That's fair.
And this whole screen life thing is also a weird genre.
Mhm.
It works with some things, kind of like Searching and Missing.
Okay.
I did watch both of those films, and I think that style works very well for those movies.
Yeah.
Because they are very grounded. There's nothing fantastical about it. Like, it's a very real life situation using very real technology to solve a very scary situation.
Yes.
This one is obviously a bit more fantastical.
Yeah.
Obviously taking place in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And some of it's just really out there.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
I don't see the judicial system going to a completely AI-oriented
Maybe not right away.
judge, jury, executioner kind of thing.
One thing I will say, I liked how it was, for the most part, the whole thing was set in one location.
Yeah.
Which I did kind of like. You kind of feel like you're in the chair with Chris Pratt. Like, he can't get out. He's got to just use his mind. He has all this technology at his disposal.
Yeah.
And he's kind of talking through, not FaceTime, but essentially FaceTime, like his his police partners and everything. And they kind of operate. He goes, "Hey, can you zoom in on that? Can you take me into the bedroom? Let me see where the murder weapon was." And you do play detective, like I said before.
Yeah.
There were also a few sprinklings of like advanced technology that were just kind of there. This
Mhm.
isn't really a spoiler, but like one of his partners takes like a hover
Hover,
bike. It
yeah.
looked like a drone that a person could ride like a motorcycle,
Yeah.
basically. I was like, oh, that's I could see that existing, like not in the not too distant future.
It's kinda cool.
Yeah, but the
Uh,
rest was like he's in like a regular bar. He doesn't have like a they don't have like flying cars.
yeah,
People are still driving like regular four-wheel trucks and
right.
everything, and he didn't have like laser guns or anything. So there was like advanced technology, just like I said, kind of just sprinkled into an otherwise like contemporary setting.
Yeah.
Did they even say the year? At one point, like, they said like, oh, X amount of years ago, Mercy was first put into place, and since then it's been whatever.
Yeah, I
But
think I think it was like 20 years or something like that.
yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, but they didn't say like this is the year 2050
Yeah, no.
or anything because that always dates a movie so bad. It's
Yeah.
always like, well, Back to the Future Part Two is the best example of
Man, I
it's
love
like,
it.
hey, we thought all of this was going to exist in 30 years, and
Any of it.
hardly any of it had existed. I mean, they call them hoverboards, but they're not
They're not
hoverboards.
hoverboards.
The Mets were in the World Series, or the Cubs rather. I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
Cubs, but that's it.
Yeah. So I guess a positive for that movie
Yeah,
is it doesn't date itself.
yeah,
Sure.
but
But yeah, it's not
oh,
my favorite.
sorry about that. That was a spoiler there. We'll get to that in a moment. Yeah, just another look at Mercy here.
Yeah.
Like I said, this just to give her praise. I thought this actress, see here, Callie
Callie.
Reyes. I thought she was pretty good. I liked her performance,
Sure.
to be honest.
I will say she did a pretty decent job.
Yeah, with what she had to work with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not my favorite. Obviously,
That's okay.
I got some issues with this thing.
Gotcha.
Um,
No mercy.
no mercy for this movie. In fact, one of the positives that I find is because he has 90 minutes
Mm,
to solve his murder,
yes.
and we have that time clock
Yes.
that shows up.
Hmm.
So every time we go back to Rebecca Ferguson's character, we see that clock. So
Yeah.
I'm like, how much longer is this movie?
Wow. Damn. That's interesting. Okay. I mean, I didn't think it was great, but I wasn't like as anxious to like for it to be over. But this is interesting that we have
Yeah.
this. Yeah, we're on this opposite sides, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You
So
think there'll be a sequel?
no, it is
No.
tanking at the box office.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Chris Pratt, once bankable star.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, he's had some problems lately.
Yeah,
You know.
he's had a bit of issue in career and personal life as
Yeah.
well.
So yeah.
So yeah, the Chris Pratt downward spiral. I don't know. He does have the Super Mario Bros. Movie,
Oh yeah.
the sequel coming
Yeah.
out.
Oh, great. I haven't seen it. I won't judge it, but I was like, oh yeah, I'm dying to see this.
I had a fun time with it.
You like it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I
That's
had a fun time.
So overall, it was. I didn't think it was. Personally, I didn't think it was boring. At least, like I said, the fact that
Okay,
you kind of get to play detective with him
sure.
kept me involved enough,
Okay.
and I think it was just preachy enough about like
AI.
the like AI and like also like the political climate of the country.
Sure.
Because again, I've said this before. I feel that when you have to make stuff relevant to the time in which you live,
Of
you know.
course.
But when you make it too dated, I use the example like imagine if every movie from the 70s dealt with Nixon and the gasoline shortage. We'd be like, okay, this was relevant then. It's kind of lost on us now,
Right. Right.
So I feel that when you have films that I think this largely goes back to people don't necessarily rewatch films that much. They just they're waiting for the next thing. It's
Right.
like television. They just wait for the next season,
Sure.
So we have to reference stuff today, but when it's not as that's why I like One Battle After Another because I felt like we felt like it was politically charged without being too preachy.
Yeah.
Whereas I felt another movie, Don't Look Up,
Was
was
incredibly
like, okay,
preachy.
we all know what this is. There's no, even though it wasn't the actual person,
Of
like
course. Yeah.
we all know what this is supposed to be. Saturday Night Live did a lot of that, where it's like every joke became, hey, what was said in the political world right now? And to me, that's lazy. Just taking like,
Interesting.
I think it's not as creative. So
Okay.
getting back to Mercy again, not on my rant here. Thanks for tuning in. I felt that
Welcome to
Mercy
his TED
was,
Talk.
yeah, I know. I felt that Mercy was preachy, but it was just not preachy enough
Sure.
for me to enjoy it.
I think it took the neutral route.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It seemed like it was going more towards anti, but then in the end, it just went right to neutral.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think it was pro AI,
No, it was not.
but it definitely, yeah, it tried to be like, because I think that's just it. Like where a lot of people are either, I think most people are against the idea of
I
AI
think
coming
so,
out
yeah.
these days, and I think some people are trying to be like, well, it's just the next step.
Evolution.
Yeah, it's just the
Yeah.
next step. It's like,
Yeah.
we could get really deep into this and not even talk about movies, talk about humanity and
Yeah.
human thought.
Existential crisis right
Yeah,
on camera.
honestly. But so yeah, I think the point of the film was to not be pro AI,
Sure.
but definitely like AI is here.
Yeah.
And it's not going away.
Sure.
So let's just try to embrace it. Keep one hand on the wheel,
That's a fair judgment.
maybe.
Fair claim.
So
So, why don't we take a quick break,
Sure thing.
and we'll be back to wrap this up.
yes, we will. Stay tuned. And welcome back. So, Dustin, I guess we're ending up with we had differing opinions of Mercy.
Yeah.
Again, I feel like I've kind of now taken the stance of like just to defend it,
Yeah.
But it still
Devil's
wasn't.
advocate.
It was not a great movie. But you know what? Get out there and watch it for yourself.
Of
Judge
course.
for yourself.
Naturally.
Don't listen to us because we don't know anything about cinema.
We just talk about it for a living.
But momentarily, shall we just take a brief moment?
Yes. Some very sad news.
Yesterday, Catherine O'Hara, wonderful actress, passed away at the age of 71. Seen here, I kind of gave it away earlier. Catherine O'Hara, seen here. So eventually, we will have an episode dedicated to her and her filmography.
Yeah,
because
coming soon.
she has some great, wonderful movies and left a lasting impression, I think, on all of us.
Oh yes.
And it's very sad, but
yeah, it's
she will be remembered.
Oh yes. We will definitely have a tribute episode for her, going through all of the wonderful films that she did, especially those the quadrilogy of mockumentaries
Yes,
she did.
yes.
With Christopher Guest,
Eugene Levy. She's reunited with Fred Willard.
Oh yes, she is.
And John Candy.
And John
Candy. That's sort of a silver lining.
All the way from SCTV.
Yep.
Anywho, what an incredible talent.
Yes. So we will take a further look at her filmography. I guess we'll tee up next week's episode because we have the Super Bowl is coming up.
Super Bowl is. So we will have
a guest.
We
won't give away who.
No.
But we're going to be looking at some football-themed movies. Kind of a cross-pollination of topics, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much. We're going to look at some good old football movies.
Yeah.
And maybe our guest will help us navigate the world of football a little bit more.
Yes, because I'm going to need some help with that.
Me too. Oh, yes.
But well, we look forward to that. We have our next few episodes lined up, actually.
We do,
So we have football. We're going to have a Catherine O'Hara tribute episode.
Yep.
The Olympics is right around the corner. We'll probably have an Olympics-themed episode.
I know, that's going to be fun.
And, in the meantime, again, get out there, watch movies, judge for yourself. If you can, watch stuff that isn't coming out right now. Even if you go back as little as like 10 to 20 years, just watch, you'll see different eras and different styles of filmmaking, and you'll learn kind of the history of film. It doesn't have to be as old as the 30s, but check that out too.
Yeah, why not?
So anyway, just keep watching movies.
As always.
And thanks for joining us again. Join us next week. We'll talk about some football movies and take it easy.
Yeah, we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye-bye.